My husband got a happy ending and claimed he didn't know it was coming. He sat me down one morning and told me what happened. He was out of town a week ago in the evening for work and was having pain in his neck and back. Then he decided to walk into a massage place to relieve the pain. After the massage finished, the lady offered a HJ and he took it. He said that as soon as it started and when it was done, he felt immense guilt and shock about what happened. But in the moment, he was unsure why he did not turn it down. I know why he didn't turn it down. Because he's a man, and men will throw away their entire lives for 3 minutes of pleasure. That's how their brain works. And it's disgusting. I was sad and angry about how he could do that and be so stupid. He claims that he was not seeking it intentionally and that he has gone to these massage places in the past and nothing had happened. Part of me actually believed him because if this was something that he normally did, then why would he tell me about this one time? It's not like I caught him in the act or noticed a strange charge on our credit card bill. He came out and told me. There's no way I would have found out otherwise. And I could see the remorse in his face and in his eyes when he told me about what happened. So while part of me believes him, the other part of me pictures what actually happened and I get filled with rage. He says he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And in that moment, he did not think about our family or our children, but acted based on his own selfishness. I was so angry. I just don't understand how someone can be so selfish. I mean, honestly, when he noticed something was off in the massage, he should have ended it right away. How do you just let something like this happen? It's like me saying, this guy just started talking to me at the grocery store, and before I knew it, he kissed me. And instead of pushing him away, we made out for 5 minutes instead. That's how absurd this is. Because he could have literally ended it the moment she started reaching down there. But he didn't. And now our family and our marriage is ruined. He told me the name of the place. And with one Google search and looking at the reviews, a normal person would be able to tell that this place was shady, especially since they are open late at night. He told me that he didn't look up the place beforehand and that he just walked in since it was in the same plaza that he was grabbing food from. That's such a man thing to say. Who just walks into a random massage place and asks for a massage? Most real massage parlors make you book an appointment in advance. The fact that he could walk right in, wait 10 minutes, and get a massage should have been a giant red flag for him. Right after he told me, I was pretty sure I wanted a divorce. And I even started calling lawyer offices. He pleaded and begged me for a couple of days not to leave him. And he said that even though he knew I might want a divorce, the guilt was eating at him, and he couldn't hide it from me. My stomach turned. Something about the way he said it, the way he avoided my eyes made the walls feel like they were closing in. He kept saying that he was caught off guard, that he didn't know how to react, that it was over before he really processed what was happening. But what I heard was he made a choice, and he chose wrong. I couldn't speak, couldn't cry, couldn't even scream. I just stood there, frozen in the kitchen, watching the man I built a life with slowly unravel everything we had. He insisted he hadn't gone looking for it, that he felt sick to his stomach afterward, that the guilt had eaten him alive so badly he couldn't sleep, couldn't function, that he told me because he didn't want to hide anything from me, because he respected me. But how could he say that? How do you claim to respect someone while betraying them in one of the most intimate ways possible? I wanted to throw something, to rage. But instead, I sat on the floor in silence while he cried. It felt like he was the one who had been hurt, like I was supposed to comfort him. Later that night, I looked up the name of the massage place he went to again. One search. That's all it took. The reviews were filled with warnings, hints, red flags, so obvious a child could have seen them. Open late at night, no website, no appointments needed. He said he didn't check any of that he just walked in because it was near where he picked up dinner. And maybe that's true. Or maybe it's just what he's telling himself and me to avoid facing the deeper truth. I felt a rage inside me I didn't know existed, not because of the act itself, but because of the decision, because in that one moment he didn't think about me, about our children, about the life we had built. He thought only of himself, and that hurt more than I can explain. I told him I wanted a divorce. I said it calmly, with conviction. I had never been so sure of anything in my life. I even started calling law offices the next day. I didn't want to look at him, didn't want to hear his voice, didn't want to see the guilt in his eyes and mistake it for remorse. But he didn't run. He didn't deny. He didn't blame me or deflect. Instead, he begged me to stay. For days, he slept on the couch. He cried. He apologized over and over again, always saying the same thing. I wish I could take it back. I wish I had thought for 1 second about what I'd lose. I didn't respond. I didn't know how. The truth is, when trust is shattered like that, it doesn't just impact the marriage. It impacts everything. My sense of self, my ability to feel safe, my future, my children's future. I wasn't just grieving what he did, I was grieving the woman I used to be before I knew he was capable of this. It took me a week to agree to counseling, not because I wanted to save the marriage. I didn't know if that was possible, but because I needed clarity. I needed a place to sit with the pain and say the words out loud without being afraid of how heavy they sounded. In our first session, I told the therapist, I don't know who I married anymore. And he just nodded. Because that's what betrayal does. It turns someone you thought you knew into a stranger. But strangely enough, that session was the first time I saw something in my husband I hadn't seen in years. Humility. Not performance, not rehearsed apologies, but genuine sorrow. And maybe that's what gave me the smallest thread of hope. Not that we could go back to who we were, but that we might become something different. Something more honest. I still don't trust him, not fully. Maybe I never will. But in the weeks since, we've had more raw conversations than we've had in a decade. We've talked about the disconnection, the loneliness, the pressure of parenthood, about how easy it is to go numb in a marriage when life becomes routine. And I've had to look at my own heart too, not because I excuse what he did, I never will, but because healing requires both people to stand in the truth, even when it's uncomfortable. He's still going to counseling on his own. He's setting boundaries, being transparent, answering every hard question I throw at him without flinching. And me? I'm still waking up some mornings with tears in my eyes, still having flashbacks, still trying to breathe through the shame of being the woman this happened to. But I'm also getting stronger. And I'm leaning towards divorce. I can't look at his face anymore and not feel angry. Every time he talks, I think about that night that he came clean. I just can't get it out of my head. And if it happened once, it can happen again. I'm not a cheater, and now my husband is. He can make all the excuses he wants. But in the end, he cheated. And I basically have no respect for him anymore. Plus, after this whole debacle, he's turned into this needy, soft man that follows me around like a lost puppy. He apologizes for every little thing. He went from cheating on me to having no backbone. So yeah, I think I'm done. I just don't know how to tell him, or the kids, because that's what I'm really worried about. I feel horrible breaking up our family, but then I have to remind myself that I didn't do this. He did.